Okay, so gematria time. Time to be bright, to gleam, to shine. Alright, so this is 36. Going in on her. So this is Bill Hydrick. Alright. Bill Hydrick. His wife's coming. Okay. So, to be bright, to gleam, to shine. Okay, and when I was doing a reading, all these light, and I know that DNA activations and integrations and, okay. Because my face is like one big scab. My mantle, I was just, okay, so, before I start going off on tangents, was pulling cards, everything was like light, dragon card I pulled yesterday, I'll do that in another video, but again, that was like DNA, I put DNA activations and light codes integrate, okay, so, and then I pulled a verse out of the Bible, and it's talking about the saints and the long suffering and the light, okay, so, that'll be a separate video, because I have to get the cards and the Bible out, so this is so I can close out some tabs, okay, so, and these have all this has been coming in. So to be bright, to gleam, to shine, contain, like your container, your body, okay, temple, that's tent, both Bedouin and tabernacle, shell or exterior of tabernacle. So shell, container, tent, okay, like your body, your dwelling place, your temple. Oh, it says temple right there. So the temple, the palace of the sun, people, family, patriarchal stock, to tent. Oh, here comes a train. I vibrate. So Lynn, aloes, aloe trees, and very interesting, Lynn has been coming in. Okay, goddess Lena, the flax, the linen, the name Lynn. Watching movies, okay, the woman's name was Lynn, and people emailing you this, that, whatever. It's just like my mother's middle name is Lynn, and then the goddess Lena. Okay, so that was from a card I pulled a while back, but since then, Lena, Lynn, okay. And I heard that name a million times in that movie because the mom in the movie's name was Lynn. It's just like, okay, whatever. I think that's Strange Voices. Do I have it up there? Oh yeah, okay, so we'll see. So Lynn, aloes, aloe trees. Eloah, divine name. Okay, this is very important. That's what I was saying. I got 36 from the verse from the Bible that I shared. I can't remember which one it was now, but it was talking about the AI, okay? I believe it was it Joshua? Or Hosea? Joshua, I believe. So they sent 36, alright, because there weren't too many of them, weren't too many AIs to take care of, so they didn't want to send a bunch of men. So they sent 36. And what does it say? Eloah. Let's get divine name associated with the fifth Sephra Geburah. Okay? Gevurah, Gabriel. Okay? Hello. The divine name associated with the fifth Sephra Geburah. And that's his number, 5, the fire, the fae, the fairest, rich, magnetic, feminine. Okay, so brother of goodness. You might hear my son in the background. Yeah. Just got back from a walk. So, how, where, there. So all this because the direction of which way the wind goes. Okay, which, who, when, where, why, how. Okay, all these movements of energy. Okay, this is Gabriel. To worship, adore God or might. To be strong, muscular, fleshy. Will or wish. To affirm or swear by God. To entreat God. Sometimes to curse. Swearing, oath, curse, a covenant or agreement, and that is what a curse is too. The AI, the cursed thing in your midst, okay? Terebinth. Oh, I should have looked that up. Terebinth. Okay, I've come across that before, but I think it was just a blip, and I can't remember what that is. God, idol, oak, to separate, to go away, to divide, part, distinguish. Okay, this is the split I've been talking about. This division, the wheat and the tare. Okay. The dream I had with the great rift, the dark rift, which is my rising sign, right between Scorpio and Sagittarius. Okay, so apart, to press together. Okay, so it's like coming apart. So being one, coming apart, separating into two, coming back into one. The 1, 2, 1, the diamond. To that side, yonder word, to be vigorous, to gasp or pant, to be tired or faint, languid. And that's almost kind of like lingen, okay? Lang, line, to or in separation. So I think that means to separate or to be in separation. Not, oh, that, of, if, it, would, okay, so, and it's 36, which is 2 to the second times 3 to the second. So 2 2s and 2 3s, so there's a 22 and a 33, it's encoded in that. Okay, so now let's go. Okay, so let's click that off. That's Bill Hydrick 36. Bill Hydrick 36. Where do we want to go next? Let's do Strange Voices. Okay, so I saw this when I was a kid. I'm still a kid. Came out, I think it said 87. Yeah, October 19th, 1987. So I remember seeing this on TV when it first came out. And I remember it was a big deal to see it because it was Joe from Facts of Life, okay, Nancy McKeon, okay, so, and we all loved her, so, oh god. Okay, so it's about this woman, okay, she's a college student. Please go watch it out. I'll put the link, watch it, please. Go check it out. I'll put the link below, and then you can see all the references decoding this movie. So as a kid, I'm not really understanding. I knew there was just something about that movie, okay? And also my dad's best friend, and that I had known my whole life, has schizophrenia, and I remember asking him, probably after I saw this movie, I can't remember, but when he started, how it started, what started it, how did he know that he was schizophrenic, and when did it start, and so he was telling me how it was when he was about 7, and, but he was very highly gifted as far as ESP. I remember him and his mother, because he lived at home with his mother his whole life until she passed, because he was, needed assistance, but, and then he got, into independent housing or something like that, but, the point being that I remember they would go to these ESP meetings, okay, and my dad was into different metaphysical stuff and whatnot, so, Zosha! Thank you! And it starts getting a little screechy there. Strange Voices. Okay, so, Strange Voices. Alright. So, in the very beginning, it starts off with, okay, so it's her and her younger sister. Her younger sister is still in high school, and she's going off to college. She's into architecture, okay. Really talented, really gifted. You could just tell she's like the anchor of light. Okay, so, and everyone else is very in the Matrix. Okay, like the very first opening scenes, she goes into her dad's office to go talk to him, and he's on the computer and talks about this new computer program, whatever. It can even do it while I'm not in the office. Okay, and she's looking over to the printer, and it's like she's tripping out, like telepathically. There's this AI communicating with her, and at first she makes a little flippant comment like, "Oh, it's alive," right? And then her dad says something like how it'll process when I'm not even home, okay? And then It's just, it builds with this thing with the AI, okay? And when her parents are going to bed at night, one night, they're talking business talk, shop talk, whatever. And the wife asked, the wife asked her husband if he installed the computer program on their daughter's computer, the one who's the architect, the one that starts hearing the strange voices, okay, Joe from Facts of Life, Nancy McKeon. And she was telling her mom she didn't want that program. See, she did everything by hand, drafting, building her models, the architect. She didn't do it on the computer. And she was telling her mom she didn't want the computer program and stuff. And later on, she flipped out and was like, I told you not to put that on my computer. Da, da, da. Okay, so she's asking the dad, did you make sure to put that on? And he's like, yeah. So they put this, like, I would probably like a GI, like graphic imaging kind of, I would think, for an architecture program, okay? They were really good, loving, supportive parents, okay, but very in the matrix. So, and then she starts having, these episodes, and when she starts waking up, everything that the people are saying isn't making sense, all the material matrix, right, it starts getting all distorted, okay, and so, and the voices are coming from not inside her head, from outside, because there's this one scene where it starts happening when she was like away at college, okay. And just little certain things that look like targeting, okay, because she's out on a jog with her mom, and she kind of, it makes her look like she's veering off away from her mom, but then there's a car there all of a sudden, and her mom was like, oh, honey, you gotta be careful, you almost got hit, blah, blah. She's like, I didn't even see it. And that's like what happens, like when you're a TI, cars, people, they just come out of nowhere, like, where'd you come? Okay, so, because they're sitting there waiting for you, because they know they're tracking you, okay? They have devices to do all that, satellites and blah, blah, blah. So it starts off little things like that where she's noticing, okay, and then it's like the computer, she's just getting weird about it because she just is, Earth Angel, whatever you want to call it. Light worker for God. And the scene when her roommate walks in, oh, and I got to show you the Masonic hand sign they do too, okay? It's right at 1422. And that's why I clicked on to watch some of these movies. I'm like, oh, look at the Masonic hand signs and blah, blah, blah. Because when you're watching it as a kid, you don't see all this stuff. So I'm like, oh, God, this is the AI. I was just talking about this. God just gave me this from the Bible. And so, okay, the scene where her roommate comes in. She's wearing the headphones. And her roommate goes, it's not even plugged in. And so the music's blaring. And she doesn't even have the headphones plugged in. And so it was like, okay, well, the voices are coming from outside then. Because if it was coming from inside her head, right, she was putting, because she knew some way, somehow, when she put the earphones on, it was blocking out the voices, okay? Because this is voice to skull projected, okay, this technology, okay? So obviously it's not coming from inside her head. If it was working to put on headphones to block, okay, noise, but the headphones specifically. Okay, so, now, I'm trying to think if there's other, like at the end, and they keep doing, and I see this throughout a lot of movies, they do this, like, and the way, they do it with, okay, the music and the look in the actor's eyes, and just to insinuate and hint to a dad being inappropriate, okay, but that never comes to fruition in certain movies, but they keep wanting your mind to go there, okay, and this is another thing that the AI does, the archons, whatever, they want you to be suspicious of every man that he's a rapist, a child molester, or whatever, okay, and that he's going to do it to his own children, okay. No, there's two different types of people. There's ones that do that stuff, and the ones, children of God, that don't do that shit. So, I remember, I'm like, yeah, I do remember that, like, as a kid, a lot of time, because being molested, okay, you'll naturally, like, see that in movies, and you'll think, oh, but then it's like, from my perspective now, it's like, oh my God, it's such a manipulation, because they do it with the camera angles, and the music, and the the way the mom walked in, and it's just the way it's such mind control, okay? And the division of the family, how they, okay. And then at the end where she's just kind of this broken person, they're taking a family picture, and it's fine, but it's just like, they just kill, her spirit's just, she's just supposed to accept that her spirit is just killed, and she's just, you're just gonna, you know, have to deal with this for the rest of your life, and just accept, okay? Just accept this, that you have schizophrenia, and you're just gonna be depressed for the rest of oh yeah, that was the thing. The father was blaming himself, saying it was his fault because he had an aunt who had problems and she ended up killing herself. So what they're saying is that you're just going to have to suffer in misery the rest of your life, and you'll probably end up just wanting to kill yourself. Okay, this is the AI. Okay? These are the thought projections, the voice of sculpted, the everything. Okay? The Morgellons. Okay, so this, I recommend everyone watch this and watch the subtle, okay? So actually, so let me click on here. I just want to show you the hand sign really quick. So about 14. Okay, so this is when the AI, she takes off, and that's her best friend and her boyfriend. Ah, see that? Boom. Oh. Right at 18, see, he does the little, yes. Yeah. Okay. So she starts tripping out and having like Mandela effects, okay, where she walks into the wrong classroom. She got time like mixed up or something. And that happened to me too, and I'm like, I swear I had it written down different, but for some reason I had a certain time stuck in my mind. Oh, oops, shit. Damn it. Okay, anyway, y'all saw it. Y'all saw it. Boom. Oh, he's just flicking something at her, right? Oh, okay. So we're done with that. Y'all saw that enough. So who knows? People can be handlers and stuff, but they're acting like, oh, okay, so I'm just saying. But also, it could have been a good boyfriend and best friend, okay, and they're just socializing. She went off to class, and so they're just having lunch together because she had to go off to class. Okay, but they project these thoughts, oh, he's cheating on, he's doing this, yeah, blah, 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 okay? Because they want to isolate you, they want to make you miserable because they know that you're waking up, you have a certain vibration, you're one of the sent ones, okay? And she is like, she's the one who gives the good advice, like she's not all materialistic, her parents are all into the image and making sure the neighbors don't think a certain way. Her little sister's all dealing with peer pressure and having sex and blah 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 because her best friend's like doing the whole football team, whatever. And so she's giving her little sister excellent advice, like, you know, it's just, okay, so it's just a total perfect story of TI, AI. Okay, so we're done with that. Monad. Now this is just because this is a word that God gave me. So, unit 1, atom. Atom sense 3. Wait, what's happening? An elementary individual substance which reflects the order of the world and from which material properties are derived, and also a flagellate protozoan. So that's exactly when I had the dream of the tree sliding over, and then it left an outline, and then I looked up really close, and that's it looked like a clear plasmic, but I could see like all these like flagellated protozoan, like things buzzing around, swimming around in there, but everything was clear, like translucent, you know what I'm saying? So this monad, an elementary individual substance which reflects the order of the world and from which material properties are derived. So it's kind of like ether and then plasma, right? It's like all just spread out, and then it's plasma, things starts coming together and organizing itself, and then it becomes this material, the dense, this material reality, what we call 3D, okay, the third density. Okay, so just wanted to go over that. So that's monad, mothers, nads, monad, okay. And there's one, moon, okay, anyway, there's Dan, dome, there's all kinds of stuff. Boggle, you remember the game. Now, God keeps putting little videos up on the side that he wants me to check out. So this is put out just recently, September 21st. Very interesting. Okay. Oh, so Sattvic movement. I don't know what they're all about, but I know they're about some bullshit. Because she goes into saying how acne, eczema, psoriasis, all this stuff is caused by poop in your intestines. Okay, so you need to clean out the poop in your intestines. Talking about enema. First of all, that I don't believe enemas are great. You shouldn't be putting stuff up there. Okay. If you need to cleanse, I do baking soda water, cleanse and fast. Now, she's saying how the cilia, the villi, the cilia, whatever, okay, depending on what part of the body it's in. So what moves the, like little fingers that move the poop. Okay, we have little finger everywhere that move things around. Okay, so she's saying how it will absorb poop. And so this is what causes all this. No. It only absorbs poop. It goes straight into your bloodstream. Actually, the cilia doesn't absorb it unless there's a laceration or ulceration where it's opening up the tissue for the stool material, okay, your excrement to get in there, okay? So, that's bullshit, okay? And then right here, look at this frickin' rash, you guys. I'm not even gonna say anything. You tell me what that looks like. Does that look like a frickin' two squares next to each other with the... I mean, it's not perfect because it's in a person's body, okay? But that's frickin' Morgellons, okay? So they're saying that if it's on your face, it's acne or eczema or psoriasis. No, it's Morgellons, and they have to include acne because it does pustulate too. But it's very different from the pimple. It's like a little pustule, okay? So, two perfect squares right next to each other, okay? Almost like a brand, okay? Like she's branded, and it's like a cross trying to go straight in the middle. Okay? You can't tell me that a rash forms like that! Come on! Oh, and then look at the comments. It's just, I can't even, because they're probably not, they're just so much troll. Oh my God, you're the one who's, oh, thank you for all the beautiful health knowledge. Oh, you're God, right? Oh my God, you're God, basically. And these people love it too. They love these comment sections with hundreds of comments about how they're so wonderful. That's why my comment section is shut off. Right? The true, all we get is hate. No, sometimes I leave the comment section open. But then it just gets trolled and gang stalked and so it's like, sorry, yeah. Look at that though. You can't tell me, oh God, right, we're done with this frickin' tab. You're out of here. Okay, and so Ninhursag. Now, this thing right here is what interested me. Tutelary deity, kind of like tutelage, right? Now these are familiar spirits. So it's almost as if they're the ones that know, you know, your family history, your ancestry. They know your spirit story, your soul story, your soul journey story, whatever. So these tutelary deities, these are... yeah. So anyway, this is a deity or spirit who is a guardian, patron, or protector of a particular place, geographic feature, person, lineage, nation, culture, or occupation. The etymology of tutelary expresses the concept of safety and thus guardianship. And interesting because one of the cards from the deck that I got was Guardian. So, now, familiar spirit, okay? In European folklore, they're called familiar spirits, okay? So, tutelary deity, also city god, okay? Now, there's one that visited me in my dream, and I'll share that when I open up the Bible, but I asked directly, I said, God, I'm going to pull a verse, you tell me who that nasty bitch was. And then a thought came in my head, I'm like, don't tell me it's going to have Anna in the name. Don't tell me some dark aspect of myself. Some shit. So anyway, I opened it up and it's talking about, how God was trying to get people to stop doing the idol worship and Anna Malek. Okay, so Adra or Andra Malek is the Qliphoth or dark aspect of the sun. Okay, and then the moon Qliphoth, the dark aspect of the moon is Anna Malek. So Malek, Molak, Malak, Malakim. Okay. And she's considered the bringer of bad news. They say she's the one that they, sacrificed your children to and this and that. Okay. So that would make sense probably. Okay. I've had an abortion. And just like that said, the tutelary deities. Okay. So she's the one, okay? And then I'm watching these movies about these women who kill, and so I'm watching this one, the mom from Who's the Boss, something light, what's her name? But she played the woman in this movie about, true story about a woman who poisoned and killed her husband and then was trying to do that to her daughter. So, okay, so this is the demon that wants you to have abortions, kill your children, hurt your children, maim, hurt, murder, especially children, okay? And she was a nasty bitch, and she had like that long, beautiful, wavy blonde hair, and she was wearing like long sleeve and a long skirt, like all covered up, but I could tell it was like luxurious kind of fabric, like silk and velvet, like a silk skirt, velvet. It was like very luxurious. Her hair was long, blonde, curly, very luxurious. Beautiful face, except she had weird fucking eyes, big, weird, like dead eyes with contacts over them or something. It was just weird. The shape, everything was fine. The shape of her mouth, but she had these all scissor, like razor sharp pointed teeth, like every single one of them, okay, all the front teeth, everything. And it looked like she had a lot of teeth and they're razor sharp, and then the weird eyes, but then everything else looked, she kind of had maybe like dead looking, kind of like vampire looking skin. Okay, so I asked God who that was, and I opened the Bible and talking about some Anna Malek. Okay, so when I was saying, okay, so now I'll when I open the Bible, I'll mention that again with the other verses, just magical, interesting, and dark stuff. Okay, stuff that God's been showing me in the Bible. So the other world, I accidentally said other world when I meant to say nether world or underworld, and other world came out, and I'm like, oh, now we gotta go look up something, huh, God? Yeah. And it's funny because right when I said that, I looked at the clock. It was 11:11, and then I looked down at this release date. So it was 11:11, the time on the clock. Release date, November 11th, and then it was 11:11 on the clock. Right when I said otherworld. Okay, so now this thing here, I've mentioned it before, but came up again. So Nebra, it's kind of like zebra. If you flip that N around, that represents like electricity, like a Z, a zap. Okay, so N, it comes down. Okay, it's the now. So this represents the lightning. Okay, this N here. So I had this dream where I saw this thing. It looked like a coin, but like a map. It had like a couple, like a star and a planet and like couple like dots. And basically this is what God was showing me, the Nebra sky disk. Okay, and this the Pleiades is what it is, according to, you know, what they found as far as decoding it. So this the bracelet thing that I kept getting, okay, and then God was showing me things, and I'm like an arc, and it's like, it has this arc that they're saying, okay, has these lines on it. Now, I think that's the arc, like the mothership, okay, because they're talking about the sun boat, okay, which is the ancient Egyptian thing, the ascension, okay, and that's all coming up right now, okay, with the DNA codes, that light activations, the dragon card confirmed it, the Bible verse, it's right here, I'll just, it is on page 1298 of the New King James Bible, Colossians 1, Colossians 1 verse 11, 111. Isn't that interesting? So strengthened with all might according to his, capital H, glorious power, for all patience and long suffering with joy, giving thanks to the Father who has qualified us to be partakers of the inheritance of the saints in the light. So this is verse 12, giving thanks to the Father who has qualified us to be partakers of the inheritance of the saints in the light. Okay, and that's when the dragon card came out, okay, the same night, and all these cards from the last oracle reading I did for myself, all light, okay. Oh my, this is this Pleiadian energy, okay, this is a real thing, I know it because God showed it to me in my dream, okay, and then couple days, weeks, months, whatever it was, okay, I'm watching a video and they talk about this Nebra sky disk, okay, and then the other day I'm watching, they mentioned it again, so I just thought, okay, maybe I should mention it again. And it mentions rainbow, 22, because it's 2.2 kilograms, 4.9 pounds, so that's 7 times 7, so you got a 22, you got a 77, 12 has been coming in, I looked at the clock at 12:12, the 12 chakra systems coming online is 12:21. I'm talking about it on 12:21, huh? Let's see. Yeah. And then that was confirmed, so I was already getting the 12s, okay? And I even mentioned that in a client's reading. I'm like, the 12 disciples, you know, the 12. Okay, so it was coming in because it was like card number 12 or something, or on page 12. Okay, so 12 kept coming in. And the dragon card with the light codes, okay, the 12 chakra system is now online, okay, activated, ready for those who want to partake, right, partake, let's read it again, partakers of the inheritance of the saints in the light. That's right. Is there anything else? Well, if I think of it, I'll put it in the next one, and we're gonna do an oracle card reading, do some love readings. I started a Patreon transal. So just for the new year, I want to just for you know, for Patreon. So over on my Patreon channel, I'm going to have love readings and just really do some cool special stuff for you guys. Just to give back, you know, for those who are so giving. I don't want them to get depleted, so it's just a way to have an even exchange. Just for me to honor the ones who honor me in a special way, for me to give back and honor them in a special way. So that'll be starting for January. I'll have the monthly zodiacs so all 12 monthly zodiac love readings on the Patreon channel, and then on my YouTube channel I'll still have the 12 monthly regular generals, okay? And then if you want to see the love readings for that corresponding month for your sign, or whatever signs you're interested in, we'll have a monthly, maybe like a $1 monthly donation where you can get all the love readings, and then maybe a $5 donations where you can get everything that I put on the Patreon channel, something like that. So, but we're going to get that going and figured out. So yeah, that's what we're going to be working on, is the Zodiac, the love readings, and the Zodiac readings, so both for the YouTube and Patreon. So make sure you check those out. Those are coming up. Those will be out for January. And look out for, I'm going to do an oracle reading, possibly a twin flame tarot spread as well. But I want to show you the cards that I pulled from the last oracle reading that I did for myself, and then we'll pull from the same decks and we'll do a reading, fresh one for the collective for you guys. Oh, the thing about the dream, when I was looking out the window, hold on, shh. When I was looking out the window in the dream, and I saw it was dark outside, and I was trying to see what was out there. It was one big window with no division in it, just one big piece of glass, one big rectangle. And I saw the reflection of, apparently, Anamalek, okay, coming up behind me. And that's when I turned around and went with both my hands, like shooting. I didn't see any sparks fly out, but it was the energy of that, okay? And that's how I repelled her, was with my hands. But then just yesterday, I was like, oh, that was the collective dark night, like the, shh, honey, be quiet, please. The shadow self of the collective, because it was one big window, and like eyes are the window of the soul. And okay, so windows, soul, okay, so the collective, the whole collective of the shadow self. Hold on one second. Thank you. Not finished yet, thank you. Yeah, this little boy has just been, he needs to give mama some time to, oh, okay. Because the last few days, wow, we got swollen, rashy, the whole face like scabbed. Yeah, so these light codes ain't no joke. All right, this is happening. It's in the register. It's online, so take advantage of it. The divine templating for the 12 chakra system. It's activated. It's good to go. Tune into it. Please, please, please. Yeah, so I'm seeing there's something else. Oh, Zoroaster has been coming in. The first one to bring monotheism, okay, to the land. Okay, so we'll go into some of that more in the future, but Zoroaster, okay, Zoroastrianism. Is there something else? We're just gonna have to make another video, I guess, because I gotta bust out the Bible. So we'll do that when we do the cards. Oh, the other world, I clicked that off and I forgot. Okay, so I knew there was something. I'm like, oh god, there's the biggest thing I wanted to talk about. Okay, so the other world is, I think it's this place that I go to in my dream a lot, because I always like go over this big bridge, and it's like this having to drive back or taking like bus trips back and transfers and this big like thing. And it's so many times, and it's like I see my sister there, I see people who have passed there, and they're just kind of doing like the same kind of thing, you know, and that it's kind of like this world, but just kind of more like, I don't know, a little obscure or dreamy, something. It's not the underworld. There's two different places. The underworld, that's when, okay, you're dealing with demons and there's different things happening. This is just the other world, where it's just kind of like this world. It reminds me of like Coraline. It's like your mother, and then there's your other mother, but it's she's just kind of, it never turns evil at the end. It's just when it's just like kind of weird, kind of like, huh, what, you want to sew buttons on my eyes, huh, I don't get it, because I see people there that have passed, okay, and they are just doing the normal things they would do here in real life, whatever, real life, quote unquote. And then they say that it's this place that is like across a bridge, like it's over water, okay? So I only showed you the 11:11 thing and didn't explain it. Yeah, so when I did that, it was 11:11 on the clock, and then the release date is November 11th. So this has to do with the Celts, okay? I'm like, oh, of course. So if you guys want to read this yourself, I found it to be very interesting, because it just linked things together, and I understood what this other place was, because I'm like, it's this place that's a real place, I can feel it, okay, by the energy of it, but I know it's not the underworld, because that has a different energy, and there's different things happening there, whereas this world is just kind of just like this world, but, you know, and I see the people who have passed, you know, my sister, I've seen an ex-neighbor, and my first love from high school, so, you know, all this Celtic kind of stuff comes up a lot. Just whatever, ancient, past life. Okay, so Celtic right here. So they have the different versions, the Germanic, okay, so so the Celtics call it the other world, Celtic other world, and that is what came out was other world, so that's what I'm assuming. Okay, it's coming from the Celtic Tutelaries. So, okay, there's that. If you guys are interested in checking that out. So in the Persian, it's called the Bridge of Judgment, or beam-shaped bridge, and that is exactly how it's just like a beam, like a rod that goes out over this water. Oh, okay, so I was like, I knew it was, okay, so Zoroastrianism is right here. Okay, so, yeah, so anyway, Zoroastrianism and the Celtic other world. Alright, you guys, till next time, love, peace, and blessings.